pieces, we also need a 6 1/8 inch by 7 inch. We need 2 pieces that size, 6 1/8 by 7 inches for the roof pieces. And we're going to take this and assemble it like this. The two long sides put together with a 7-inch hinge. So I have already cut 2 hinges down to 7 inches long, and we're going to put score tape on the inside of this one. Okay, like this. Go ahead and pull the tape backing off and put the 2 pieces together, the long pieces. And put the hinge, make sure they're matching on the end. Put the hinge so that the score line goes down the seam where the 2 pieces join. And burnish that. It's going to be real tight when you bend this, but it gives a nice clean seam here. I'm going to go ahead and put one on the inside as well, except that this one will be put the score tape on the outer fold on each half. This. Now I'm not going to put glue on this because I want to be able to bend this, but I did want this hinge. Put it on the same way as you did the other side. Flatten it out and put it in. I didn't quite get it matched up on the end down here, so I'm going to have to trim this off just a little bit right here. We won't be able to bend it, so you take your bone folder and work that fold and bend it right like that, so that gives us our roof line. And make sure it's burnished where it sticks down good. That tape sticks down really good. Okay, now we have these 2 little pieces that are triangles, and this is what's going to fit into this peak. So I need to measure this part, so I need a hinge let's go with 4 1/2. Let's cut 4 1/2 inch hinges and go ahead and fold those. Fold into the ridge, the bump side. Okay, and I have to think about this just a little bit. And if your hinge is not sticking down good when you bend it, then you may have to put in a little bit of glue under there. You may need just a little bit more adhesive to give it a good stick. And hold that. Sticks. Okay, let's see here. This does not fit flush. You're going to have a little gap here. So I want it to be it's going to be the width of this. So what I think first we're going to do is we're going to attach these 2 peaks to the roof base. Okay, Okay, and then we're going to have a little overhang here. Like that. So we need 2 6-inch hinges. Into the bump, the raised edge, center fold. And center this the best you can, and place that fold line of the hinge right along where the two pieces come together. And then you're going to trim off where the hinge sticks over that. And we'll do the other side the same way. These two together. Try to make them centered equally like the other one. And trim off anywhere the hinge sticks over. That's going to come up that way. Let's turn it over. We need 2 more 6-inch hinges. All right. Let's apply our tape to the, I have to think a minute. It's going to come up this way to the inside of the hinges. Just have to stop a minute and think how things are going to fold up and work. It's like building a house, like you build it out of wood, except we're building it out of paper. Okay, let's add a little bit of glue, because this needs to be a little bit stable, secure here. And again, fit that over the fold line of the hinge, over the seam of the chipboard pieces. And it will fold up like this. So fold it up and burnish that piece. And if there's any sticking over, trim that off. And the other side, tape to the inside. Let's add some glue. And line up the hinge. And be sure and trim off any hinge that sticks over the top. And then bend it, fold it up, and burnish. Okay, I think I failed to hit the record button. I did replace the hinge here on this line so that it could be all the way to the tip. So that is a 6 3/4 inch hinge, and then you attach it and trim the points so that you can miter in here and fold over here on the inside to get the full hinge coverage all the way out to each tip. And then I cut a 5 7/8 by 5 7/8 piece of this Fancy Pants nautical paper and inked the edges with the gathered twigs and attach that to the back side. Make sure the seams are on the side instead of, so that you won't have them on the front. And then I also cut out a piece of the Bow Bunny Happy Tales collection. I use this black with the colored dots for this piece here because we're going to attach a hinge. And then I'm using a black decorative hinge from Home Depot, and I have positioned it here. Make sure that the hinge part is along the fold line, and it's going to attach here and here onto the box. So we're going to attach the one side first, but before we do that, let's go ahead and add some finishing hinges, to this piece here. So I've already cut 2 hinges that are 6 inches, and we're going to, I folded them and scored it and add score tape to the inside. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yeah, it's getting late, so it's time to stop for the evening. So I'm going to get these finishing hinges on. We have 2 that are 6 inches long. I think even the cat has fallen asleep on the floor. Okay. Let's take the backing off. Put a line of glue down the center fold line. And line this up. Make sure your fold line is along the chipboard edge, and stick it down on both sides and burnish. And then the other side the same way. Glue down the center. Okay, now we need to mat this with some paper. Okay, I'm matting this. Cut this 5 7/8, and we're going to ink the edges right quick. And apply the glue to the back. And now it's ready for us to attach the hinge. And so we're going to stop right here, and then we'll be attaching the hinge